What's up, everybody? It's your favorite repeaters, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Fanstoys Shrapnel. But first, I want to give a special shout out to Manny. He sent me this for Christmas. It's like a art box, like opens up. It's got, you know, place to put my pencils or whatever. But I was very taken back by that. It was a very kind gesture and left me relatively speechless. And it's a nice thing I got that for Christmas, because otherwise this might have been one of my few gifts, and I have to return this to our good friend Hung Nago, who you can find at 215, or I think he's heavy on Facebook, in the buy-sell trade groups, I think PCF, for instance, and you know, good dude, but he sent me this to take a look at, so I wanted to make sure that I shouted him out. Unfortunately, I have to send this back. I tell you, between this and Stomp and the Blurr, I feel like I've had to turn back so much awesome stuff on Christmas. I'm like,
Daddy, another package arrived for you.
Sweet. Ooh, it's bomb. Oh no, it's Shrapnel. Oh, so good. Because this holiday season has been a little lackluster. And a note. It's probably a Christmas card. Please review and send back to me ASAP. What kind of Christmas is this? But anyway, this guy didn't have instructions with him, so bear with me. I think these are all like replacement leg bits, like the bombshell one had. One of those things that's, you know, not necessary to scratch my itch, but for those who have that itch, it's there for you. And then two guns, one chrome version of the purple one. We got a, I feel like this, maybe it didn't. I thought that moved on me before, but maybe not. Seems to hold it like a typical masterpiece. We'll see how he holds up here. Fine. And we'll assume, well, you know what, the chrome, who knows. This one, let's see if I can double check. That one doesn't seem to hold in as well, but it'll hold it with tension. They, you know, like that chrome eats them up. Let's see if this. That one doesn't seem to hold much better in that one. So I'll tell you what, process of elimination, I try to go the easy route, but it seems like that is impossible to do. But yeah, this one doesn't fit in there either, and the purple one did. So whatever. The sculpt on it is fine, and he'll hold it with tension just fine on a shelf. It seems like this hand doesn't hold it as well as this hand upon my playing with. And then you have the translucent option for the chest piece. Head is on a ball joint, limited up, limited down, side to side is fine. I love the head sculpt. I think they nailed it. And then the red paint on the visor looks good as well. Now apparently when this was sent to him, it had some damage, like this piece broke off here, and I think it's glued right there. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. But they do articulate, and this is on its own separate piece here. So you can kind of get that however feels right to you. The chrome looks good on it though. Back cleans up fairly well. You know, it's not invisible by any stretch of the imagination, but cleans up pretty well. Shoulders, we have a hinge on a swivel, get you all the way up past 90 degrees, so that's perfect, and then the swivel works fine. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, works fine. Wrist, swivel, fingers are on a hinge at the base knuckle, and you got this little blaster bit down there. I think that's just a purple plastic. Yeah, there's no finish on that. Not sure if results are going to vary when it's complete, because I think this is a test shot, but whatever. I will say that the joints feel good too. This shoulder is a little tight here, but not like squeaky tight, as you can see. It's just a little tighter than the rest. The rest feel very lucid and well toleranced. I'm hoping that this all translates through to the final piece, much like the Stomp. That would make me happy. So it's got the yellow finish there on the chest piece, and that looks good. And then some detailings up in there that are not painted. I feel like, well, I guess with the translucent piece on, they probably couldn't, but with this piece on, it'd been nice to have some of that painted inside. Blue metallic paint on there, that looks good. Waist swivel's fine, both sides. And then the hips, universals, friction, out to there. You know, I want to make sure that you saw that. You know, I mean, it'll hold a pose. This one's toleranced a bit better. Yeah, much better. So let's hope that gets sorted out in the end. Thigh swivel, and has the silver metallic finish on the thighs and hips. And then I think this is actually double jointed here, but yeah, it is, but you don't get much. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a single, but it gets you way past 90 degrees either. It just looks like it should be a... That's a little squeaky. Ankles, tilt, no problem. It should be noted that that is like not the full ankle, it's just like the toe kind of. The rocker, perfect. And I think that's it. And you got this has like that metallic finish on it because these are die cast down here. A lot of this is die cast. We'll talk about the weight here in a bit, but yeah, I like the way that this purple finish is better than this purple, but this purple isn't bad either. Let me see if I can get you see the match is pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good. So yeah, all in all, get you everything you really want. Size comparison wise, there he is with Bombshell, and this set is shaping up quite nicely. And with some previous Shrapnel attempts, including the G1 from my childhood. Rough shape. These and these are on the same hinge, but they move separately. So move those down first and cover up the face, and then move these up for the pinchers. And that's that. Alright. The shoulders have to be pushed in. If you keep your eye on that piece and that piece, you'll see them. They drop down and then they move. And that one's not as smooth either, this one over here. But that collapses the shoulders. If you want to then close that up, that locks it in place. And then if you... these are just a matter of staying oriented, but I found like you turn them around like this. I think maybe like that. I don't know. We'll see. But they, this piece I'm here comes unpegged, and then you can swivel it down because that piece tabs into the back. So we'll do that here as well. All right. For the back, you kind of have to open up everything, very similar to Bombshell. Just so you can see what's going on. This whole assembly here comes out, and then there's these pieces here that are on little sliding pins here, and they come out and then spin around to the front and come back. So same on the other side. Spin around to the front. Now you can move these arms into position. They tab in right there. You know, you can rotate the waist too. That'll help you later on for sure. There we go. And then same over here. All right. And then bring this piece down Actually, he might have wanted to capture. Let me see. Yeah. I'm not sure if that helps keep it in place or not, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And then you can move these around out to the side. Same with these legs. Out to the side. And then you just swivel them to get them into the position that you so desire. For the legs, just bring the toes down. This back piece rocks up on a double hinge. Same on the other side. And then the thigh collapses into the calf. And there you have him. I'll get him cleaned up, and then we'll take a look at him. But that's it in a nutshell. Let me make sure this is tabbed in underneath here. And here we have him. I forgot to fold these arms out on the bottom, just oversight. I don't have instructions for this, so it's quite possible that I've made some mistakes. I mean, I make mistakes when I do have instructions, so without them, I suppose it's quite possible. But I will say, like, the bug mode, I'm having a hard time getting a place to stand him where he seems balanced. There's a lot of weight on this back end, so to speak, which is normally how I like them, but it's failing me here, I must say. Articulation wise, you got the pincers. Is pincers or pinchers? I think it's pincers. They go back and forth. This one's a little tighter than this one. And the bug arms, you got a swivel here and then a swivel here. So that range is good. And then you have a hinge built into that first swivel, second swivel, third swivel, and then the, or you know what I mean, hinge, hinge, hinge. And you get it at both ends. So the arms are very articulated. It's just going to have to be just a trouble to find that sweet spot. Same thing in the second set of legs. Swivel here, hinge here, and that's it for that one. But that one's almost it's almost better in a way because it keeps it a little bit more secure. Third one, swivel here, hinge here, and then hinge at the last claw. And this is loose too, as you can see. And I'm guessing this is a test shot issue because loose is usually not the problem when it comes to Fanstoys. It's usually tightness. But that's it. I like in general, it's just a little fiddly. Like the back end stays together well, but like all this stuff in here, there we go. That's felt better. I mean, he's solid. It's just getting these legs to support this weight is certainly an issue. Final thoughts wise, I think this is the first test shot I've ever got where it has test shot issues. Like there's some places that are a bit too loose, some places that are a bit too tight. It doesn't floor me like Stomp floored me. But it's kind of on par with what you expect Fanstoys for the most part, other than those couple things that seem a little wonky, and I'm guessing for the sake of a test shot. Because I've just never had like certain like parts of this that are like that leg, that insect leg. I've never had anything from Fanstoys that's like that, so I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Usually it's the tightness, and I do see a little bit of the tightness, you know. That feels like the Fanstoys I know. You know what I mean? So it doesn't wow me in the sense that Stomp wow me in terms of improvement, but I have a feeling that it's going to be pretty much on par with what you've come to expect from Fanstoys in the past. It feels very similar to Bombshell in that respect. Like I think it's going to be on that level. The transformation isn't fun necessarily, but it's not fun. It's just kind of a thing you have to get through. There are some really cool parts, like the shoulder parts and how the chest piece collapses back to recapture it. Like, that's a really cool thing. That would impress me on even a Takara masterpiece. But really, the inconsistency of joint tolerance is the only thing that I can really nitpick about this guy. On the positive note, the aesthetic is all sorts of there. Like, right out of the box onto the shelf, he's going to be just what you're looking for. The paint is all good to go. I could use a bit more, especially in the purples on the arms. Like, I could use a little bit more there. The rest of it pretty much looks good. The finishes look good, and the tolerances with the finishes seem fairly well executed. The die cast and stuff all feels great. It feels like a Fanstoys release. It feels like a masterpiece. It feels like a quality product. The materials are good. The articulation is pretty much 100%. So my suggestion to Fanstoys, if they're watching or if anybody knows them, is make sure that those tolerances are accounted for properly with the finished product. Make sure that everything moves smoothly, and you might have yourselves another 100%er on your hands. It's a really good effort and a really good representation of this character. I still wish that something could happen where we could rework the box of legs hanging off the back of these things, but that's me nitpicking. That's me wanting maybe the impossible. Because I don't know if Bad Cube had them, but I don't like the way the Bad Cubes ended up looking in the end. Whereas these, I like the aesthetic, so I'm willing to sacrifice some of the nitpicky things in order to make that aesthetic exactly what I want. So it seems on par. It seems like it's something to put your faith in terms of a quality figure. I'm definitely going to pick them up, and I recommend that you do as well. So hope that helps. Thanks again to Home for letting me take a look at this unit a little ahead of schedule. It is definitely appreciated, and I'm trying to catch up on all these reviews. I got a ton of stuff to kind of work my way through. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.